Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mini Scroll, the daily internet culture podcast bringing you the biggest stories from social media, the creator economy, and the digital space every Monday through Thursday and sometimes Fridays. I'm your host, Lauren Meisner, the founder of the youth digital media brand, Centennial World. Welcome back to Mini Scroll, everyone. Okay, so for our December 1st Patreon launch, I'm going to do a welcome video for you guys in addition to the other content that will be going up in December. So if you guys have any questions that you want me to answer in that first video, please leave them in the comments because that will be part of that video is I'm going to be doing a bit of a Q&A for you guys. All right, before I get into it, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Please Spotify star rate us. We're trying to get to 1,000 Spotify star ratings by the end of the year. Please, and please share our deep dive if you guys enjoyed it from Friday because like I said yesterday, it was a labor of love. We put so much work into it and we really want to get those views up. It is doing well and it's on track to keep doing well, but yes, we really want it to slay. Okay. The first story that I have for you guys today is we have a little bit of streamer drama, which we never really talk about here, not very often, but xQc has called out Pokimane for turning streaming into quote unquote drama. So last week, Pokimane posted on X that she misses when streaming was more about gaming and less about drama. She wrote, "I miss when streaming was about gaming, not just drama baiting and clip farming." First of all, I do think we can probably all agree that the internet in general now is driven by viral clips and scandals. So this is definitely not unique to streaming. And I also think a lot of us could agree that we wish this for most corners of the internet. However, streamer xQc hit back at Pokimane, saying that Pokimane was partially to blame for the streaming drama that she is criticizing. He wrote, "Daily reminder that I was doing GTA RP by day, slots by night in my corner of streaming until everyone, brackets her, farmed me and at Trainwreck STV for drama and clicks. Miss me with that energy, walk the walk." Salty. So what he's referencing here is a situation back in 2022 when gambling over stream became a huge topic of conversation online after British streamer It's Like Her admitted to scamming his fans and fellow streamers out of thousands of dollars due to his crippling gambling addiction. So he convinced people that he needed money because his bank accounts were locked. That's what he initially said. And people kind of thought it was a bit sus, but he ended up getting thousands of dollars. And then he shortly after admitted that it was because he has this crippling gambling addiction and he needed to, I guess, pay off some debts or keep gambling. At the time, Pokimane publicly put pressure on Twitch to ban gambling content, which pissed off a lot of streamers, presumably including xQc, who, as he mentioned, played, quote, slots by night on stream at the time. Twitch actually did end up introducing rules that restricted live streaming from certain gambling sites that same year. So this is directly from Dexterdo. Quote, "The decision followed months of controversy around slot streams and influencer partnerships, which placed creators like xQc and Trainwreck at the center of the debate, with Pokimane frequently calling them out." Despite this, Poki was getting a lot of criticism after tweeting what she tweeted last week. Others were piling on to xQc's take that she has used clip farming and drama to boost her personal brand in the past, and she ended up deleting the tweet. Okay, the next story that I have for you guys is I'm going to talk about the Cooking with Kaya going quote unquote broke situation and how it has sparked discussion around audience demographics and how you can actually build a monetizable, sustainable audience. So Cooking with Kaya is a popular TikToker who makes cooking and lifestyle content. Her content is a little bit sexy, she's often in lingerie and she has subscriptions. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's tailored to women who want to learn to cook. It's not tailored to women, but you know what I mean. And that's all I want to say about that because there's a lot of slut shaming going on in this conversation, which is disgusting and not okay. And I absolutely do not want any of this to contribute to that. So just know, yes, her content is cooking and lifestyle, but it is sexy, okay? She looks good. She's hot. She's wearing hot stuff. So people are starting to talk about Cooking with Kaya online because there are these accounts that are claiming to be Kaya, saying that she's broke and asking for money, primarily through Facebook and X. Kaya has come out and said that these are impersonator accounts, which I'm going to believe because this happens all the time. I mean, I covered a scam like this on the astrology side of TikTok earlier this year, but it's very common for these accounts to pop up impersonating public figures, bigger creators, asking fans for money. That happens all the time.
Unfortunately, for the people who have recently been making these 2-minute rants about me and telling me what I should have did and what I didn't do right and this, that, and the third. I've been telling y'all since March that the Facebook account and the X account impersonating me are not me. Just because you don't see me on social media anymore, because I choose not to be on the internet right now because I'm taking a break because I'm grieving my dead sister, doesn't mean I went broke. The moral of the story is stop believing everything you see. That's literally not me posting on that Facebook. That's literally not me posting on X. I mind my business. I literally mind my business.
Regardless, this situation has sparked a lot of discourse around social media marketing, personal branding, and building an authentic target audience that is monetizable. So removing Kaya from the conversation because we don't know her audience demographics. And like I said, she is saying like, this is not true. I am not broke. But it's not uncommon for women creators who post sexy content, baddie content, that kind of stuff. They could have more male followers than women that don't post that kind of content. So there's a lot of discussion right now about the lack of value in an audience like that as a woman content creator online. Here is a clip from the creator Queen Sovereign.
Cooking with Kaya is a cautionary tale that male validation does not convert to currency. If you are a female content creator, one of the worst things that you could do is to have your niche require your target demographic to be men. You are not going to get brand deals when your target demographic is men. Your conversions are not going to be strong if your target demographic is men. You got to be business minded before you decide to start content creating. Content creating is a business.
Now, that's not to say that men are not able to be sold to through influencer marketing, but more so that men are less likely to purchase a product from a woman pushing a product to them because there's only so many products that would align with, right? Like if your audience is 70% male as a woman content creator, beauty brands, for example, are less likely to work with you because they know that a huge portion of your audience is probably not interested in makeup or beauty products. And the same would be true for, all types of brands that are targeting women. And let's be honest, the vast majority of influencer marketing or brands that are engaging in influencer marketing are trying to target women. So you could get brand deals, I suppose, for men's grooming products, services, and position it from the perspective of like, I would buy this for my boyfriend for Valentine's Day or something like that. But then you have to think, why would a brand work with you when you haven't technically used the product or you're not the target audience for the product anyways, when they could work with a male content creator who could speak to using the product or the service themselves. And I actually have two anecdotes about this. Well, one of them, the first one's not really an anecdote, but this situation reminds me of when Carl and Lindsay on Summer House were engaged, and Lindsay was constantly talking to Carl about getting a job and making more money. And he said, it's much harder for me to monetize my position on the show and my position as an influencer because influencer marketing, women make so much more money in influencer marketing than men do. And second, when I was doing a lot more personal lifestyle YouTube influencer stuff back in the day, I was friendly with this girl who had a huge following on Instagram, and she largely built that in the heyday of the Instagram baddie era. And she did this brand deal with a huge body care company here, and after the partnership really fell flat, I guess this brand did some due diligence into her demographics and engagement and things like that, which honestly they should have done obviously before they engaged in a partnership with her, but I don't know, I guess they didn't, whatever. And they found that she was maybe not being totally truthful. I don't want to say lying, but not being totally truthful about her demographics. And some insane number, it was 90% or something of her audience were men, mostly older men. And they actually filed a lawsuit against her. And I have no idea what ended up happening with that. Okay. But yeah, this Cooking with Kaya situation, I feel bad that she has become the catalyst for this, especially if these are all fake accounts. And she's like, I'm straight up not broke, leave me alone. But I think it sparked interesting conversation around the value in audience demographics over follower count and even view count. There's a lot of misconceptions from general social media users about how much money creators are making. We see a verified account, we see hundreds of thousands of followers, even millions of followers, and we assume that person's a millionaire. And there are so many reasons why that person could be making almost no money from social media, or they could be making millions of dollars. There is such a wide spectrum, and there's so many factors that come into play that influence how much money you will make as a creator. Okay, and the last story that I have for you guys, this is really random, but I feel like I haven't done a fun viral corner of the internet story in a long time. So BeanTok is going viral but not for the reasons you may think. So BeanTok is kind of on like the health and food, maybe like self-improvement also side of TikTok, where nutritionists, dietitians, doctors are promoting the consumption of around 2 cups of beans or legumes per week. Now, BeanTok is a spin-off. It's like a spin-off reaction, I suppose, to another trending discussion that we saw online this year around fiber. So these same communities started educating people around the fitness industry and how it brainwashed us into being obsessed with protein intake, when really the major issues in a lot of Western diets is that we don't have enough fiber. So BeanTok in general is people documenting their experiences eating more beans and legumes and trying to follow this 2 cups a week rule and how this is making them feel. And you would think that these videos would be mostly about their physical experiences, right? They'd be talking about how they feel more full, how their bowel movements are more regular, whatever, right? Just like physical experiences. Wrong. BeanTok is filled with people talking about how eating more beans has made them feel calmer. They have less anxiety. They have stronger nervous systems. They're more emotionally resilient. They have clearer heads. They're getting better sleep. It's so funny. People are talking about their experience eating more beans like they are these magic anti-anxiety pills or something like that.
I've been eating 2 cups of beans since BeanTok took over my life about a month ago, and here are 4 unexpected benefits that I experienced in the past month that had me saying, is it the beans? Is it the beans? What is this sorcery? I've never been able to drive over a bridge without panicking, and about a week into BeanTok, I drove over my most dreaded bridge, the Skyway in Buffalo, completely fine. I've been snacking on crispy air fryer black beans before bed, and I've been getting the best night's sleep I've ever gotten in my life. Might be a little out there for some people, but I don't know if my energy is just better, but like people have been nicer to me ever since I started eating the beans.
The videos are hilarious, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to give you like the science behind it, but I suppose people are saying it's because we know that the mind and the gut are so connected. And so, yeah, people are saying like this is the result of nourishing your gut more. Is like you will actually get these like emotional responses in a way that maybe you didn't expect. This has absolutely motivated me to try eating more beans, especially before bed. People are saying they're eating handfuls of beans, like dried beans, before they go to sleep, and they have like the best sleep of their life. And like you guys know, I'm an insomnia girly, so I need to be like shoving handfuls of beans right before I try to go to sleep. Anyways, guys, that's it for Mini Scroll today. This was such a random episode. Every once in a while, we have an episode that just like makes no sense. But you know what? Here we are. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Annabelle will talk to you guys tomorrow. I also have a female founder interview at the end of tomorrow's episode for Annabelle. And I will talk to you guys on Thursday. Bye.